Heartbreaks. This is something almost everyone has experienced sometime in their life. At one point in your life or another, you've experienced some form of heartbreaks. And every time they happen, it feels like the world is ending. It feels like the entire weight of the world is on you. Whether it's a love that did not last, a betrayal that cut so deep, or a relationship that you gave everything to just to watch it slip away from you. Heartbreaks can leave us feeling broken, unsure, alone. And on the Red Room today, we would like to talk about the fact that heartbreaks don't have to be only about the ending. It can also be about a new beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Red Room Dialogue. My name is Omobolawa Olawore. And today on the Red Room, we're going to be discussing heartbreaks, healing, and finding yourself again. And as I always do, I have brought some pretty amazing friends with me in the studio to really explore this topic. We're going on a short break. When we get back, I'll be introducing them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue. And as I said before we went on break, I do have some friends with me in the studio. First up, we have Ayanagho, Aghogho, presenter and producer. Look at the way she's looking at me. Why are you?
To borrow your...
The lady in red.
Oh, thank you.
So demure. I like this, yo. Get up. You be looking at Aghogho, you know that she's very troublesome. But I digress. Let me move on to Prince Charles, uhunoma. This is a multidisciplinary act. I'm so in awe of you. Like, painter, performer, producer, photographer. You do everything. Yeah. Oh, poets. I forgot poets. So sorry. I have to list your CV so that they know that they are in the presence of like a true artist. How are you doing?
Very good. Very good.
Prince Charles. Do people, when you say Prince Charles, it's a conversation starter when you tell people, I am Prince Charles, and you're like,
yeah, it's the Prince Charles of England. And you're not supposed to be king now. That kind of stuff. Oh, yeah.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. And last up, we have a friend of the Red Room Dialogue, Olutayo Oyeniro, media entrepreneur. Hello. She's very, Tayo is always very demure.
I've changed my seat today.
Yeah.
And it feels so good.
You're trying to get closer to me.
We are close. I want to.
Side.
Bola, please. Hi, guys. So good to be here. I feel so blessed. I can't really wait to dive into this topic because I have gist for days, man.
Do you know that AG, I call her AG, I call Aghogho AG. She was insulting me earlier. I said we're always saying dive. And I'm like, oh, you said it again. So it's not only me. Or is my language taking root entirely?
Just that you might finally get to crude oil. Just call me when you get
This is Nigeria. So is it so bad if I'm diving?
No.
Is it so
we
bad?
all dive into things at some point in our lives. So. Yeah, and we also dive into heartbreak, but it's okay.
The topic of the hour. First of all, the topic is bulky, heartbreaks, healing, and finding oneself again. Not finding oneself, but finding oneself again. Let's talk about heartbreaks. You've gotten breakfast. That's the slang of it. You've chopped breakfast. I believe that we've all chopped breakfast at some point. Show of hands if we've at some point.
Guilty as charged.
I do like, what's going on? What's going on here?
Somehow.
What, you pushing me away?
He gave the heartbreak. He's the only saint.
Oh, you are the disher of the heartbreak.
I don't do things like that. But the thing is, I don't know if it's heartbreak or not. It was more of a mutual pattern. So
do such things exist?
Yeah, it does.
Do they exist?
I think you should tell us the story of that happened.
Tell us. You guys just sat down and said, "Sir, thank you for participating in this." Thank you. And then everyone left.
It was more of a distance thing, where it was a relationship of like 3 years.
Wow.
We were like different places.
At the beginning?
At the beginning we were together, then different states, so it became very difficult. over time when you don't have that physical presence of a person and communication is not that strong, it becomes really difficult to keep it. So we're like, why not just let go, man?
Oh, and I learned that the best way to show someone that you love them is to let them go.
Yeah. Oh, that proverb that says if you let something go, if it belongs to you, to come back.
Nothing like that.
No. For real, I believe so, because what truly is love? Like, you need to first understand what is love before you can now talk about heartbreak, because how you love will determine how you see heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Let me correct one thing there. How you love will determine whether you have heartbreak or not. So it's not that I disagree.
Yeah. So many
That's my own belief.
interpretations.
I disagree. How you love will determine how you get the breakfast.
So in what sense, like,
I don't agree. And
Please.
I said I don't agree because you can love, with all of your heart and your soul and give your 100%, and at the end of the day you get a messy breakfast. You can also love and give your 100% and still end up with a subtle breakfast. So I don't think it is how you love.
Yeah, I don't think it is. AG, please tell us more about this.
I don't. For me, no, I have a very different perspective. Sorry to say. So you love 100%. There is no way you will have a nice breakup, except you never loved in the first place.
I do.
I'm saying this is my own perspective. I'm saying my own perspective.
What is love to you? How do you define love? Like, I think that will give us some sort of clarity.
So we're going back to defining
because if you
love.
don't start with love, then you can't really talk about heartbreak, because that's like the second stage.
Love is not a feeling. It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Yeah, that's my own belief. It's a choice.
So you choose to love a person.
Yes, and I can choose to unlove a person.
It's like a on and off switch.
When it comes to relationship,
very
no. Okay, see where I come from. When it comes to relationship, I can choose to stay. I can choose to go. This is my own interpretation. I choose to stay with you as a guy, my boyfriend, with your easy and everything.
Yeah,
I said, okay, I can manage this one. I'll still stay. Oh, I choose to love him. I choose to stay with him. The day that ayoyoism now overshadow the sensible parts, I now choose to not love again and walk away. Is my choice.
I feel like you choose.
So when people tie love to feeling, it becomes baseless. It becomes watery. Because someone says, fell in love at first sight. Oh, so that means if you see the next person you like, you are going to fall in love again. Hence, we end up having one person love 4 men.
I mean,
in a relationship, or one man loving
like that.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not a feeling.
Can I step
It's a
in?
choice.
Can I step in?
Sure.
I believe that love is not a feeling. I believe that love in itself is selfless sacrifice, if there is any word like that. Because I like to draw my own definition from the Holy Book. Contrary to many people will have different definitions as to what love is, but for me, choosing to not care about you, choosing to see somebody else's faults, see their shortcomings, see all of their excesses, see their baggages, and still decide that comes what may, I want to really be with this person. However, what she said about, I choose to love and I can choose to unlove, in that context, then that is not love. So,
more of a contract. Like, I feel, love starts with a connection. Love is not just an action or something. It's a process for me. It starts with a connection. You see someone, you feel like, I like this person, probably I can do it with this person. Then you go, you start growing, the bond becomes stronger. Then you now decide, I want to commit to this person. Let me see how far I can take it to this person. So it is that commitment that goes on and off, not the feeling. That strong feeling is still there.
But it's not a feeling. That's what I'm saying. Love is not a feeling.
It is a process. You can't categorize love from just one part of it. It is the whole of it. From the connection.
I feel that liking is a feeling. Loving is not.
I think we are going to do an entire episode on what love actually
to be here. That episode, don't invite me.
No, you're going to be here. I'm going to bring
this with that episode. You brought me for heartbreak, not for love.
Because
We'll
we
meet
all have
outside.
different definition of what
Exactly.
love is, and it's so
Exactly.
interesting. But let's talk about the aftermath.
Yeah.
When one person decides, or mutually you guys decide that, okay, this is not working, this is the end, or one person decides to leave, and how to deal with that feeling, that emptiness.
I almost committed suicide.
What?
Yeah, I was this
And
close. Like,
That's deep.
What happened? The person left you, or you?
31st December. Send me a text message.
New Year resolution.
So whilst people were dancing into the new year, I was in a high building and I was thinking of I'd already even climbed.
But
So
how
wait,
did
I
you
had
get
my
to
name.
that?
Because I thought love was a feeling.
Wait. Wait.
It was a
Did you
5-year
try to like
relationship.
5 years?
Fine.
Yeah, all through school.
Oh.
5-year relationship.
We
And
are
then-
echoing.
Imagine 31st night, you're like, okay, next year we're having dreams, talking. Nothing happened, just a text message.
Wait, did you try to connect with this person? You were together for 5 years, so you should try to like, yo, what do you mean by
He didn't
this?
pick the calls.
That's a
He
devil.
ghosted you.
Like, the phone, he didn't switch off the phone. The phone was on.
He ghosted
He
you.
just didn't pick the call.
For how long?
I'm telling you. I think it took him probably a few days because it was after the new year. So it took him a few days or a week or thereabout before he now picked. I'm like, what the heck?
What? Some people can
And
be
he said,
mean.
well, he just thought about it. It's for my own good. He felt that
It's not
he was
you, it's
holding me
me.
back. And all
Cliches.
that.
It couldn't even be original.
I had the worst year of my life that year. As in, if anything could go wrong for me, it almost went. It was just this close. While I was this close to committing suicide, I was also this close to getting haywire. Like, I was just looking for anything that would take my mind off. I wasn't ready to face.
Wow.
So I was looking for distractions. And in that distraction, I did what on a normal day. I went out of character. At the point, my mom was like, I don't know you. Like, this is not the child I know. I'm the straight-laced, straightforward person. Go, come. When I say I'm here, I'm here. When I say I'm coming now, I'm coming 5 years. But that period, you couldn't catch me anyway. If you call me, hello, yes. If I come, I come. If you see me, I come. That was where I learned that bad character. When you see me, I don't come. If you don't see me, I never come. So don't bother your head about me. So it was a whole mess that whole year.
Wow.
It was around September, October that I woke up back to myself.
So like 9 months.
And bad as bad, there was no therapist. There was nothing. Nobody who
You
cares
just
about therapy in
raw
Nigeria.
dogging
Okay,
it.
see, who's talking about therapy in Nigeria? Where are you? You know, in Nigeria back then, we equated therapists with psychologists and what's it called now? These people that deal with mental shrinks. So when you talk about therapy, everybody's mind immediately goes to shrink. Oh, that means you have mental problem. That means you have mental problem. So because I didn't want that stigma to add to what I was going through, I wasn't even seeking for therapy. I knew about therapy because I'm a writer and I used to read a lot. I read novels. I just read. As far as it's readable, I read it. So I knew all these things. But then the society I was in didn't know these things. So if I even mentioned to my parents
that I need therapy, they'll be like,
African parents.
what has happened to you?
This,
It has
Benin
happened to a
hospital.
lot of people.
This hospital in Benin, this Uselu. Oh, now Uselu, you won't go.
Oh, we have Yaba left in Lagos.
No, there, our own is Uselu. So now Uselu, you won't go. So when you think about that, when you talk about it,
Wait, did you have friends that you could talk to about this?
No,
No friends.
because I had a very close. I grew up with eight children in my house, so we're kind of like our best friend. So outside that circle, I only had this guy.
Oh,
I had other people.
So it was more of an
I had
attachment.
other people as just acquaintances, not really friends that I could call one-on-one and talk
were you able to
to.
talk to your sisters
Well, after a while.
after a
But
while?
at that point, to
was
hell
just
with
you.
everybody, and I didn't care. Like, that was just it. I didn't care.
Damn.
I swear, if I had been kidnapped that period, I sure say me, I go follow the kidnappers. Go, no, don't ask for ransom. I'm ready to go with you. It was that bad. It messed me up mentally, psychologically, emotionally. It was just complete trauma.
Yes, I think I would like to say that heartbreaks, in whatever shape or form, either friendships or love relationship, whatever, can really, take from you. It can suck you so much. Because I remember one of my breakfast stories like that too. I was dating this guy. It was at the time where we had, business center was what we called it
cafes.
that year. Where you do 20 naira.
I was
so all of my pocket money, I would save it. It was, serving
love,
in Kaduna
love.
at the time. So I would save all of my money. He was serving in Kaduna. I was in Lagos. So I would save up all of my pocket money, the one that I'm supposed to use to eat, the one that I'm supposed to take to school. I would save it, go and spend 500 naira. And 500 naira, you can be on the phone for like 30 minutes. So I will call and call and call. It would promise me heaven and earth.
Wait, pause. Why couldn't he call you?
Because I did not have a mobile phone at the time.
Sorry, you are in a generation where mobile phone. You walk into any shop and you get it.
Yeah.
Only mobile phone, then even 33 Nokia 3310, that touchlight.
I didn't have a phone at the time.
Touchlight na big man phone.
And then when he finally came to Lagos, he came around the time that, the popular Redeem convention was happening. So I was going for the convention, and he had told me that I was going to come around for the convention as well, because we shared the same church back in Surulere at the time. And then when I got a message from my friend that, this your guy is around. I was like, really? I went to bring out my best cloth in my box that I had taken to the convention. Powdered my face. Shout out to white powder that year. Powdered my face, rubbed my lip gloss. I'm like, where is he? I'm going.
Oh, man.
And then I got there, and then I saw his friends, and I saw a girl. And when I was walking towards them, they were looking at me like, but I didn't want to make anything of it. But then I got there, greeted everybody, greeted the girl, didn't even know who she was. 2 minutes after sitting down, my boyfriend came and said, Tayo, meet this person, meet Tayo. Tayo is my little cousin. And I was like, what?
Wait a minute.
What's going on? And the lady was like, oh, how are you? I'm like, baby. I'm fine. And then before I could say Jack Robinson, both himself and his friend vanished.
And they left you.
And they left me and
to
the
face
lady.
the whatever.
And because it was getting so awkward, I was like, I had to start a conversation like, so how did you meet my brother? So she was going on and on about how he used to write her love letters, how they came.
Pause. Did he write you love letters?
Nope, he did not.
You were calling.
And you were calling with
And
500
I was calling him with
I
my
bet that lady did not use her money to call. I bet.
My dear, she showed me evidence. She showed me pictures. So yeah, I felt really broken. And you know what I did? When I got back from the convention, I got in my birthday suit and I placed a curse.
Traditional way. No escape. No escape.
Yeah, it was that deep for me.
It was at that
was my very first.
Oh my God.
That was my very first heartbreak.
I mean, you know what? Maybe I've never actually been heartbroken because
you don't look like anybody you don't look like someone that's gone through that.
They are in the same boat, the two of them.
I mean, I have had scenarios where I was used to someone and their absence made
you were used to.
It was sad.
It made me a little sad. Like,
That's
not really. You were
what
used
kind of
to.
hard do
we
you
were in a relationship and then they were not like cool anymore, and then it just made me sad that
I feel like it's how we love that determines how we feel the heartbreak. Someone like me,
but you people just disagreed with me when I said it.
How you see it, like I was.
When I said it's the way you love is the way you collect.
No, the way you put it was like the love is a choice. You can just switch it on.
No, I said it's the way you love that you collect the heartbreak.
How you see love, that determines the way you.
Not be the same thing.
Not the same thing. I agree. I agree. Sorry.
Aghogho has been proven right. Oh yeah, you are right. You are right. You are right.
Thank you.
Validation for you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Apologies.
Pele.
So how you love basically is it determines how you feel the heartbreak. So say you are always attached to somebody. You are not yourself. You're losing yourself for another person. That determines how you're going to react when this person finally leaves
Detached.
you.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to see true love as unconditional.
Mm.
You love yourself first. So the way I love me is the way I love you. I can't love you more than I love me.
Yeah.
If I do that, then I'm not being true to myself. And then I'm lying to you.
Exactly.
So if I love myself enough, then when it's not working, it will be
You love
easier
yourself
for me
enough to live.
Yeah, I will be able to tell you. And I won't tell you in a manner I won't tell myself. So it will be the way I want to be told about it.
I feel
It's
like
what
you're
I'm gonna tell you.
oversimplifying it
Because
so
love is not
much.
meant
It's
to
not
be-
You're
like
making
you
it sound like,
understand.
oh yeah, I'm going to love myself.
It's for you. It's for you to
You know,
understand.
it's because everyone feels like, oh, love is a big thing, it's complex. Love is just looking at somebody and say, oh, you have a nice smile. And I value you for that. And every time you see that smile, like, oh, this brings joy to me. And then you respect that person for that smile. Like you see someone like, oh, you're human. I value you for being human, for being in this space, for sharing this space with me. And that's love in itself. You don't need to overdo it. Like when you start attaching a lot of value to somebody, you're bound to be hurt. And that's how that's how it goes. Like we hope, we place expectations on things,
Some people.
and it never comes back to us.
I'm
Every
going to
single
put a pin on that. Let's go on a short break. When we get back, I would really like to go deeper. I don't say dive, but I would really like to go deeper into
Anyway,
that.
I'm waiting to hear your story.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and it is getting steamy in here. We were listening to all kinds of story. I think I'm the only one that hasn't come up with my own story.
You're not an adult yet. That's why. So
I'm not an adult yet.
We forgive you.
Wow.
Lagos State government, please return my taxes. Thank you. I'm not an adult. According to AG, why tell Lagos State government I'm not an adult? The taxes I'm paying, return it.
You pay tax. Wow. Okay, you're an adult.
I'm going to pretend that didn't hurt my feelings. But before we went on break, Charles, you were saying something about the way you love is the way you break up. I said you were oversimplifying it because we have situations that you have the other person being unreasonably selfish, especially in this society and our culture. We usually have, I don't want to point fingers, but men be unreasonably selfish. That they go out of their way, they put themselves first. In the way society is structured, it is all about them, their wants, their needs, what they want, what they need, what works for them. And women are not taught to put themselves first. So you can find yourself in that kind of scenario whereby this person keeps putting you like second, third. We've been on the Red Room, we've spoken about mother-in-law, we've spoken about friends, we've spoken about boundaries. And this person like is crossing all your boundaries, putting you like maybe number last on their list, going all above. And you're trying to love them. You're trying to be open. You're trying to love them as you love yourself.
Apparently, you don't love yourself. You would have left.
Exactly. You
What you see love,
Don't
what
say
you
that.
interpret love to be as, because you're this person that I've seen people that they are just open and they don't even like, they're not corny, they're not trying to.
They have low self-esteem.
Yes.
They don't have no
No,
self-esteem. They just don't know how corny people can be. They don't know how wicked people can be.
And that's okay. Like, it is really okay to be deceived. You know, because
Yeah.
you are, no, what I mean by
It is.
okay
I
to
agree
be
with you.
deceived
It's
is,
okay.
For you, it shouldn't change who you are. Like, if someone should come and hurt you, it's life. You hurt, you leave.
Exactly
love
my
again.
point. That's the point I want to bring
The
up.
society
That
doesn't
point
make it
is the problem.
easy.
That love again is the problem.
It's not easy.
See.
But when you see it, like, it's love, it's unconditional. Like, we associate love and permanence together. Like, it's temporal.
No.
Our life is fleeting.
No. Let me
If our life
finish.
is fleeting, why do we expect permanence from everything? What I mean by loving is sitting in the state and like, this is me. If it finds me, it finds me. Without expectation. It's very difficult to
If
do.
it finds me, it finds me. Are you serious?
Yes, it does. Because now you're true to yourself. You want to improve yourself. Naturally, because you're vulnerable to yourself. Everything is attracted
To you.
Good
Drawn
and
to
bad.
you.
Now you know what you want because you already know yourself. You understand yourself.
What if you have entered inside it?
That's why you don't make you might have made the mistake due to immaturity or whatever, short-sightedness or whatever.
Or
And
you were manipulated.
into it, but it's okay at that point in time to say, "Oh, I have made a mistake, and it's time to go."
But
It
do
might
you know
not.
why that is
But that's what I'm
difficult?
saying. You love yourself enough to
Exactly.
leave.
Exactly. We're saying the same
That's
thing.
what I
It
said.
would hurt
If you
a lot.
live with it, and then you love
that is
it.
what we are talking about. That's the topic.
Let me just say that it's going to be very extremely difficult,
Yeah.
especially in a society that we live in. Let's say it's a marital relationship. How do you just up and leave?
Yeah.
Let's say there are even now kids involved. How do you up and leave?
Staying is it for the benefit of the child?
So
I'm
that
asking.
Do you not want
No,
the
no,
child
no,
to have a
absolutely
two-parent
not.
I'm not
household?
saying the society
Somebody-
doesn't have a role to play. There's a stigma attached
a
to
woman
it.
recently
But-
shared her story with me that she was so in love with her husband, and every time she feels like some sort of this man is not being 100% true to me. And she would talk about it to the man that I feel like you're not 100% true to me. The man will say, no, you are the only survivor in my world. You are the heir.
Until bury you not see another wife and children.
Until this man passed away.
Yeah.
At the
I never even
burial,
finish.
she saw a woman
I have not finished that.
and then a kid. Not even a kid, an adult. And then they say, oh yeah, kneel down. And then they knelt down. And she was wondering what is going on. And they said, well, that is your husband's other
child.
wife and child. She asked me to guess the age. I said, maybe like 2-3 years. She said, the person is 25 years.
He's had that affair.
So
What
she
do
is
you
the
think
second
she was
wife.
going to start from?
She's the second
And she
wife,
was,
apparently.
let me stay for the sake of my children. Society frowns at women who up and leave when they decide that, okay, this thing is no longer working for me. I need to, like you said,
Choose myself.
choose myself and let it find me again.
They will crucify you as a woman.
Here's the thing. If we keep saying, oh, let us go by what society wants, do you ever think things are going to change?
I don't
That's why,
guys.
that's why we have a lot
want
of unhappy people walking around.
See,
Happiness should
I
be
know
tied
that
to
you're
anything.
saying that yes, you should choose
Yeah.
yourself. It sounds amazing, and everybody wants to choose themselves. You want to be vulnerable. But people manipulate. They are corny. They would lie to your face, like face to face. They will tell you that this thing. They will see a black beauty and tell you that this thing is white.
Trust me, no matter how manipulative they are signs. You will see,
Exactly.
they are signs.
You
It's
are
just the
underestimating
signs.
people.
No,
but
they
it's
will
truth.
always. He's not perfect. He will make mistakes in his manipulations.
Yep.
I think it's quite difficult to really find oneself after any form of heartbreak. There would always be a scar. Yes, there would always be a scar. And it will take the grace of God for you to, unload yourself going into the next
Relationship.
Yeah, because we end up in rebound relationship with our
because
scars
the
and our
moment you
problems.
start to see signs that look like the previous
one,
person,
pack up.
you may easily just say, oh, this is the pattern.
person.
But sometimes it may just be that this new person's individuality that maybe if you just say, oh, I don't like this, the person will change for good.
Yeah.
So
But
heartbreak
it's
just
quite hard to trust
It's the
again.
trauma.
You know what? Let's talk about healing and trying to just heal that scar that you spoke about. Like Aghogho, you spoke about what happened to you, your 5-year relationship. How were you able to heal? You said around November you found yourself again.
The question, you're asking the wrong question.
What's the correct
The
question?
right question should be, did you heal?
You said you found yourself around
No,
November.
I said I came back to my senses. I never said I healed. There's a difference. The question
My bad.
is, did you heal?
did you hear?
So we are eventually, thank God. But one thing I realized, I made me come to a realization that we need to change our mentality in Nigeria, whether we like it or not. Our school systems are not helping. Why do I say that? In the Western world, the children understands that they have a guidance counselor. Irony is we have guidance counselors in our schools, but we don't even know what their
I
function
didn't have
is.
in my time, oh.
I
Sorry.
had. I had in my school, but nobody came to tell us that the reason for this office is for this, is for that. If you're going through this, you talk to this person. No one told. All they also was, see that man, Mr. So and so.
Guidance counselor said, we use your matter to eat dinner.
Even, okay, let's say that's it. That's a negative. No, but that's a negative, right?
That Aghogho, they don't train and work.
She's following man up and down. She's following man.
Nobody didn't tell me his office. Nobody explained his office to me. And I was passing by his office. Nobody said this, that to me. So if you can understand all this, learn to teach the younger ones that you will always face heartbreak. You will face trauma in life. But know that there's something called therapy. I was telling a friend recently, talk to a therapist, and she was like, I said, I have one. Do you want to talk? But the mentality is once they get therapy, they see Yaba left and Uselu.
Right now, they see bills. For me, I see bills.
50K per session. What do you mean?
Bills, man.
It's the first time I'm actually hearing it. It's because you know what therapy is.
But there are lots of people who also know what therapy is.
No. Look at the percentage. How many percentage of people in the common Nigeria actually knows what a therapist is? I'm telling you, my upbringing, we equate therapy with Uselu. You want to go and be chained, they will chain you to a bed, they will be flogging you. That's what we thought a therapy is.
So
that's the easiest way. Actually, that's the easiest way to heal. Talk to a therapist.
Did you talk to a therapist? You didn't tell
Back then I didn't.
So you waited
subsequently,
years.
when I was going through things like that, I called therapists. I talked to therapists. I've seen therapists.
For that same situation?
Not that particular one.
No, I want to know how you were able to move on.
If I tell you if I can tell you how.
You just...
I don't know.
One day at a time?
Know that I found myself gradually coming back into my head, into my own space. I think I started finding interest in things I used to love, reading, writing. I used to have books that I wrote in that I hid. I think those helped me also. Writing helped me a lot. But now, once I know I'm going through mental stress, Esa.
And how long would you say it took you to find yourself reading, writing?
I said it took me almost a year to realize that my head is not in space. So imagine how long it would take me. Already that 1 year is wasted.
We shouldn't.
Whether I would like it or not, I wasted those times. Yeah. Because when I was supposed to be productive, I didn't even know myself to know what I was doing.
You shouldn't take it as a waste. Like in every single
I'm just saying like when you say productivity, I wasn't productive that period. That much I can tell you. It was a waste of my year because I couldn't say one thing I was productive doing. All my thoughts, if I'm alone, my thought goes back to, so I was just looking for distraction and they were not positive. None of them was positive. Not one was positive.
You were healing.
You were healing.
And that is productivity.
Time heals. That's what I'm trying to say. Time would actually...
Fine. That's now that in retrospect, okay, yes.
Yeah.
It was healing.
Yeah.
But then I know that one thing I started doing was writing out my thoughts and my feelings.
Journaling.
Again. So I think it helped me.
That was what I wanted to point out something like, we might not all be able to afford therapists, but there are little things that we could
just find the thing that you enjoy, find a way to express yourself.
I think I was telling her about how this time we no longer have that sense of solitude. If you should take away your phone for 2 hours,
man,
how do you think you react? You feel like the whole world is coming down on you. But in actual sense, if you're going through something and you take away your phone for 3 hours every day for 2 weeks, the progress you make is equivalent to having that process, or is equivalent to maybe 3 months or 4 months of still pressing your phone.
Really?
Because you're sitting.
I'm going to try that.
Problem with your thoughts. There's no distraction.
I'm going to try that. Yeah. Not because I'm going through anything.
No, sit by the beach.
Divorcing myself from my phone.
Don't try to even solve the problem.
Just sit with
allow yourself feel it. It's
Please don't mention beach. We're talking, we don't have money for therapy. You're going to beach. You know how much that beach now?
So you were saying.
Just be in that space. Don't try to solve the problem. Don't try to understand the problem. Don't try to do anything. You're hurting.
Feel your feelings.
Like, yes, my body's coming to an end. Yes, I accept it. Just feel it, cry, do whatever you need to do.
As long as you don't go suicidal, it's okay.
Allow yourself feel everything.
Feel everything. Process every feeling.
Feeling suicidal, hope will come by the side. Because you're feeling everything, so everything will come flooding.
Yeah.
Every single thing, good and bad, will come. And it's out there for you to choose which one you want to stick with. It's just clear, right? In front
All
of
right,
you.
I want to come to that.
Yes,
So,
let me just
how were you-
take up from where he stopped. Practically, solitude is something that works for me.
it worked for you back then too?
Still works for me.
Yeah.
One thing that he said that, allow yourself to feel it. I think as Nigerians, we always like to run away from our issues. We do that a lot, and I don't think it's helping
It's healthy.
anybody.
It's not.
I think that when you allow yourself dwell on what has happened, there was literally a time that I've had to cry. I cried so much, and then I heard whatever voice in my head say, now that you've cried, no more tears. So then what?
Interesting.
Do you get? And your mental reprogramming, if I could put it that way, will begin from that then what?
Yeah. Because you're not solution-based mindset.
Yes.
No,
So you can now pinpoint this I would not do again. This I would not allow again.
Yeah.
This you now begin to see in pictures things that you have even done wrong in that relationship. Another thing that also helps me is, still being in solitude. Music is a very strong weapon.
Yeah.
Positive, clean. I'm not saying she should go and be dancing to what to. Clean.
I mean,
positive
dancing could
music.
help.
Something happened to me recently, and just by being in my own head, I found a song called The Sunshine. It is by Infinity Song. They are a group of, I think, country singers. And that song spoke to me so well. It is another reason that I, happen to love the song that I call one of my greatest songs of all time, which is I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack. Things like this can really help you. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about habits that people pick up to cope. Some people pick up drinking, alcohol, partying,
Speak on
rebound,
it, sis. Speak on it.
rebound.
Speak on it.
Oh, I almost became OS.
Speak on it. You're very right.
OS meaning
Us.
us what?
Us. It's like we're the only one. I don't know what this is.
Explain what it is to you.
OS is what? Can you tell our viewers what OS?
It's not from
We went to. No, don't worry.
What's us?
Continue.
I want to learn.
Google is your friend.
Moving on, you find people going into drinking excessively, partying a lot, sleeping with just anybody they come across, every Jack, Harry, and the other person sleeping sleeping their way across back to their ex so that they want their ex to hear that I am in the streets. Just picking up habits that in the long run are very harmful to their health. And did you guys ever find yourself in situations like that? You saw, oh my God, you just a month into it, you're just like, this is not me.
Just said I almost become
And for me, I think for one time, yes, I had one situationship that ended, and I just started partying. Like every party,
you will see
out there.
You have money.
I was
a party.
No, people I was in Unilag, so there was parties every Friday. There was. He was just like, are you going? Are you coming?
Yeah.
And at that point, I was going.
Yeah.
You will see, I'm coming downstairs. You're downstairs. Okay, I'm coming. Like, I was literally in every party. And then I remember at the end of the year, I was just exhausted because I was at when I say I was at every party, house parties, clinical parties,
parties.
There was one person that knew me as Ilashe babe because I was always going to Ilashe every Sunday. Where are you now? Oh, I'm on my way to Ilashe. I'm in my life jacket. I'm wearing this. It was crazy. And then at the end of the year, I was just like, oh my God, I did not, what am I doing? Why am I in here? Or maybe in the middle of the year, you're just in one party and I'm just like, what the fuck am I even doing at this party? Like, I don't even like these people.
Yes. Coping mechanism. Why I will not judge anybody's coping mechanism. Yes, it is a fact that people turn to things that, pose potential threats to their health. Like for somebody like me, I think drinking is the most popular culprit.
Easy. It's just easy.
Yes, just grab that bottle, man. Let's, get it. But at the end of the day, you have to still get to that stage of then what? When you have drank and got drunk and now you are sober, your eyes are clear, then what? Your problems are still there. The issues are still there. It doesn't make the things that you did wrong go away or pass by immediately. So you will still need to, do some self-reevaluation.
What about you, AG? What habits did you pick up?
I already told you.
OS.
Yes.
If you know what that means, put it in the comment section.
What about you, Charles? What habits did you?
OS too.
No. No.
You look like the person that would sit by the beach and just, Charles, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think it will turn to writing.
Yes, that's the thing. I'm a very mindful person. I feel like, I don't know, I think differently from every other person, so I react differently. I'm a very mindful person. When things happen, I just want to be alone. Just being alone solves all my problems. Like, I just retreat into myself, so I can analyze everything. I'm not overwhelmed by emotions at that point in time. I have a lot of time. And when I'm going through stuff, nothing matters except how I feel at that moment. I need to get out of it before I can do any other thing. And I don't feel bad when I'm in that state. Like that liminal state, I don't feel bad. I just see it as a transition state. It's like, I like to see it like life. There are different levels. It's like a game. For you to pass every stage, there must be a challenge. And so you don't have success without challenges. You don't find love without hustle. So basically, I just place both. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. This is just a sign. I wait for the next one. But what did I gain from this? What did I learn from this? What shouldn't I do? How was I in this relationship? How was this person? Is this really my type? Is this what I should be going for? So when people expect me to be crying, I'm analyzing, and it feels like I never loved you, but bruh, I picked a lot. It's all a lesson for me.
Very technical and no. But if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah, I'm a very that's why I don't judge people. When you do whatever works for you, great. But me, I handle things differently. I'm a very mindful person, so I always retreat inwardly. The whole universe is within. I'm a very spiritual person as well. So it all comes together. Everything is together. I cannot separate spirituality from real life experiences, from how I handle my issues, from the issues itself. It's a full package, so I embrace it as a full package.
All right.
Nice.
So we've spoken about like habits we picked up. Let's talk about the LD word that we embarked on to find ourselves again, to get back into yourself. Okay, this is the me that I know. This is the me pre whatever that disaster was. So for me, you just see me doing like random habits. I was bowling. I went ice skating. I went painting.
Skydiving?
No, they don't have that in Nigeria. I'm broke, so I could not explore like that. So I was limited because of my geographical location. So I was just doing things. I was finding new habits every week because I was just bored, basically. So I was going bowling. If I'm not bowling, I went ice skating, paint and sip.
Do we have that in Nigeria?
We do.
Ice skating?
Yes.
For you to have found it.
Well, it was not ice particularly. There's this place in Maryland Mall. It was just like skating. You wear the thing and you try to learn.
Okay.
And it was very fun. I was learning different things. Food tasting, wine tasting. Do you know that we have wine tasting in Nigeria?
Yes, absolutely.
Wine tasting. Oh my God. Unlimited cocktails. I was there. I was just trying. I was just trying new things.
You went through a lot too.
I was just trying new things. I was just bored and I had space because me and this person were really close. So I didn't have them anymore. So I had space to feel.
And you had money.
And
Add that one.
if I had money, I would be in Dubai or somewhere.
Grinding,
Trust me. I feel
Lamborghini.
like I'm the kind of person that if I should get my heart broken and I had money, I don't go their country.
But wouldn't that be depending on other materials to get you out of it? That really is. It's like,
I don't mind. Let me just explore. Let me see other places.
Yeah.
Let me not be in the same space as you. And then just like, I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm done. You know, I'm going to do America. I'm going to do North America this time around. I'm going to do Asia. I just want to see other places.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, it's good because that's basically you responding to the desire to like find new things.
Yes, I'm just like,
like
fill that space with something else. Like, bye, new things.
I think Charles mentioned something, retreating inwardly. That's my own, that's one of my healthiest habits, in moving on or finding myself. I look inward, search myself. oh, this person is not really bad. We just had like different perspectives. And it's okay for those perspectives to collide, you know? And it
Are you
teaches
serious?
me.
Did,
yeah.
you, did you think that about the cousin person? That it was not really
Then
bad?
I was young.
Yeah,
Then I was young. I've had
Because I would have
I've
helped
had
you not to
different
think
types of breakfast. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I have stories for days, but that's just
It seems like you have a
That's just for
cereal
another time.
breakfast, rice and stew.
Mom,
We're just giving you different
Eba
breakfast.
breakfast, amala breakfast.
different things. So they said, good babe, now suffer babe. That's what you always say.
Good girl. Now, so far, understanding.
But one of my healthiest habits is to just like look inward, search myself. What didn't I do better? What can I do better? What didn't I do well? How can I, find myself, going into the next
Very
relationship?
matured of you.
And then again, writing also helps me.
Yeah.
Yes. Just write whatever comes to my mind. I have an artistic side to me as well. So I kind of like write because I listen to all manner of things, but sensible things, please. So I try to like write. I write my thoughts down. Sometimes write poems, write lyrics to music, things like that.
Yeah.
You're very nice. I thought you'd be the kind of person that you don't trash talk the person. Trash
No,
talking
I would never.
people that wrong you to
Except
your
that
friends.
guy that I...
Trash talking to your
But
friends
nah.
was even very stupid. Something that was just managing. You guys don't find it.
That's venting. That's
Well,
basically
those-
not addressing the issue. That's venting.
Yes, it helps. It helps. When you get to
It
see the
helps some
person as
people.
ordinary.
It helps some people. It doesn't help me.
It helps me because I'm just like,
Temporarily, or
It will
That
hurt
idiot.
me the more. Because then I will begin to think that, Mom, you were really stupid to love this kind of
That kind of
person
person.
that you are just
That you are just
managing.
managing.
So then
No,
you must be really
it's-
stupid to have loved that person.
it's about like stupid thing. Maybe, somebody that cannot even cook that was managing. He cooked noodles one time. The seasoning was too much.
I
Is
don't
that the person that you want to be
is that
talking
not
to?
lying to yourself?
I don't- That's just defense.
But he didn't make the noodles
Exactly.
well enough anyway. So,
But that, you
I don't
capitalizing
understand.
on that. It's just you saying like,
like the
There
first rule
was
of
no
breakup
reason. There
is
was no
to
reason.
focus on the things they did wrong and that you hated
For
about
you.
Yes, focus on the things that they did wrong and you hated about them, so that you can see them as
Like cooking
human.
noodles.
Yes. Somebody that one time I told him to come and pick me up, I did not come and pick me up. You focus on that thing so that you can see them as ordinary. So that
Ordinary, you built them.
You
You
built
did
them.
all around
You
them.
love
You put them on a
them.
pedestal. They are
because I
ordinary.
love them, because I love them. So,
So
of course.
because of noodles, you now
That's
brought
why-
them down from
Yes,
pedestal.
like-
Noodles.
That's why you shouldn't place people on
pedestals.
You shouldn't
No.
expect anything from anybody.
Yeah.
If you love them,
That's
you would
how I live my
automatically.
life. By the
No,
way.
You don't automatically do that.
You condition yourself to expect them based on an image you already have.
Mhm.
It's like, as a human, naturally you have an image of something. It's like, there's a way this camera functions. You see the camera and you're like, there's a way it functions. You have an imagination, an expected form of programming or whatever that on how it operates. But when you go deeper, you realize that it's very different. So that's the same way for love. Just feel.
No, I'm still going to keep venting. Sorry, it works. Trusted and tried. Do it. You guys report back to me. Trash talk this person for 2 weeks, and by the time you get back, you just be like, Danny.
Oh Lord.
Everywhere.
All right. I do hope that you've learned quite a few things about, heartbreaks, healing, and finding yourself again. We've all told you different things. AG said therapy is your friend. Find therapists. Find a trusted someone to talk to and just process your feelings.
Unbiased. someone.
Unbiased. That would help. Don't get somebody that is too biased. And Charles said, sit with your feelings. Process your feelings. Find yourself again. Alone. Don't go on social media and be listening to all these therapists on social media and TikTok. Please don't do that. Don't do that. And Tayo said that you should journal. Just try to talk to yourself. Same thing. She basically echoed what Charles said. Process your feelings by yourself. Journal, write, talk to yourself. Express it. And me, I said that you should probably try new things and trash talk the person to your friend. I stand by it. I regret nothing. Alright guys, it has been a very, very educating show. I do hope you learned a few things. And you can follow the conversation across all social media platforms. I remain Omobolawa Olawure, and it has been super fun. Thank you, AG, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Charles, thank you for coming. Taya, baby. My genial sweetheart.
Thank you for having me, Bolawa.
All right. See you next time, you guys.
In for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts and fear we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, we'll take you on the journey. Everybody, let's go. You better speak your mind.